What's up, everybody? What's going on, babies?
North Carolina sports
fans. We want you to bet on our sports fan. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream with your boy, the Bored Cyborg. And we have a massive haul that I got from today. I went out thrifting with my little bro, and we had a grand old time. Just a grand old time. Got my water, that's good. Alright. Yo, what's up, Mr. Bob? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we are going to dig in. We got some books. I'm not going to talk about the books. Got some Oliver Sacks. Got some Arthur Miller. We got some Decline of American Pluralism. I know that's what you guys tuned in for. Communist Dictatorship. Hugo Chavez. I want to learn about him. And that's going to do it for the books. Alright, so we're just going to jump into the movies. What's up, Jonas? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're just going to get started here with the pickup overview. And I just want to say thank you to anybody who's new to the channel. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more live streams like this. I do it once a week. So hit that subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications if you want to be notified as to when I do go live, which is certainly the easiest way to be notified. And hit that thumbs up button too. Let's get that thumbs up counter moving. I would appreciate it very much, even for the people that are here every week. Thumbs up still helps me very much. So feel free to hit that thumbs up button. And I thank anybody who does that. So let's jump right in. We've got a film called Straight Into Darkness by Jeff Burr. Strikingly original, eerily compelling. A sleeper hit. This one I picked up because I never heard of it. It's from 06, 05. Written and directed by Jeff Burr. Looks like it has some interesting camera angles here. It's a war film, American GI's Desert. It's a World War II film that I never heard of. David Warner's in this. James LaGrosse. So a couple names I recognize, but one of those covers that's like, holy shit, what is going on here? All right, so we'll go with that. My brother spotted this at the Goodwill, and I bought it from him, and I took it from him, and I found a couple things to trade, basically, because he could have made some money on this. But I need this in the collection, season 1 through 5. This is the entire Twilight Zone for $6, and it's all there. It's all perfect. Pretty amazing stuff. So $6, the entire Twilight Zone. I might sell it to try to get the Blu-ray set at some point. How many DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHS you got? Oh, 50, 60, 70, a lot. So it's going to be a long haul here. Probably about an hour-long stream, knowing me. This one's called Hide. Love is Hell. Tarantino meets Bonnie and Clyde. Christian Kane. A bunch of names I don't know. But it looks like a low-budget, 08, kind of crime, Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing going on. I don't know much about it, but I picked it up. What's up, Lucy? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. We've got one called Johnny Was. I had never heard of this one. A little crime film directed by Mark Hammond. I don't know much about this. Looks like a UK crime movie starring Vinnie Jones, Samantha Mumba, Eric LaSalle. So kind of an interesting one. This I got for $1, and I figured why not. Jason Bateman in Bad Words. I know this is a remake of a German film or something like that. European film. But that is a Blu-ray there. I've heard it's a pretty good comedy. Here we have Moonfall, a movie that I would like on Blu-ray, please, but I'll settle for the DVD for now. This is a Roland Emmerich film, the last big movie he did, which totally bombed, which I thought was a lot of fun in the Roland Emmerich kind of way. It's a disaster flick with Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, way over the top, totally stupid. If you could suspend your disbelief, you'll have some fun. George Carlin, You Are All Diseased, George's best stuff, a little double feature of Carlin's work here. I have the compendium of all of his work, so I'm covered on him. My favorite comedian. William Shatner in Invasion, Iowa. I wish there was part 2 of this, but I had never even heard of this. Don't know what this is. It's episodes 1 through 5. I was hoping that they'd have episodes 6 through 10, but they didn't. I don't know much about this at all. These I picked up to move because they're going for quite a bit. Well, about $20 a pop. The Lois and Clark Superman Adventures. This one I picked up to sell at my store because it goes for a little bit. This is Sing-Along Songs, Very Merry Christmas, Disney. Moonfall's pretty fun, if you like that sort of thing. Couple video games, One to Keep, Drawn to Life. I always wanted to try these. It looks kind of fun. This one is written and directed and edited by John Sayles, Men with Guns. So, seems right up my alley. I'm not sure. Cerca del Cielo. This seems like one of our American adventurism in South America or Central America. I'm not exactly sure where. It doesn't really say explicitly where it takes place. So, unnamed Central American country. 97. John Sayles did this one. Never seen Man with Gun. Never seen Man with Gun. Which one? Man with Gun. I'm not sure which one you're referring to there, Jonas. Here we have Happiness. This is a Todd Solondz film I've heard really good things about. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in this. Supposed to be very good. And don't know much about it. Pretty sure it's out of print, too. We got Chocolate. Somebody was looking for this at the bookstore, at the video game shop, so I thought I'd pick it up just in case they come back. If not, it's worth more than $2, so. In Cold Blood, another one that's a little harder to find, and the 3rd season of Lois and Clark. So 1 through 3 I got. Here we have Jambo Safari Animal Rescue. This one is for the Wii, and it goes for about $12. I picked it up for $3. I have consignment at the video game shop, so I'm able to make a few bucks on that. One of the cooler collections I found today, this Fox Western collection with Rawhide, The Gunfighter, and Garden of Evil. So a nice little collection here of 50s Westerns, one with Gregory Peck, the other with Tyrone Power and Gary Cooper. So a lot of big names in this Fox Western Classics collection. This is very funny. I'm a big fan of hip-hop, of course, and Mystical. His early stuff is really, really great from the No Limit era. And this is a film with him called Makin' Baby. I'm sure this is going to be top-tier cinema. Cosmos on DVD, the one with Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's lost favor with a lot of people these days, but never seen Western Classics movies. Yeah, there's some good ones in that set there. That's bag number 1. I might as well check these out real quick. I got 6 of these video games for $20. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Fight Night Round 2, Midway Arcade Treasures 1. Few of these I'm keeping, few of these I'm moving. SSX 1, that's a cool one to find. Blowout, this one's really neat. This is like a 2.5D Contra / Metroidvania kind of game on the PS2. Not many 2D run and guns on the PS2, so I think that's really cool. Happy to have that one in the collection. And Downforce, a Titus arcadey kind of Formula 1 racer game that goes for around 12 to 15. Do I have Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2? Yeah, I have all of those games, and I've beaten RD2 and GTA 5. I love those games. Very immersive. RD2 made me cry like a baby. Here we have a Blu-ray, Northman. I got this for a couple bucks at the game shop. This is a Robert Eggers film. Really knows how to shoot a film. Really knows how to get the historicity right when he does these kind of historical epics. Northman is one I saw in theaters and haven't seen since. This I picked up for $2, brand new and sealed. Slings and Arrows. This is the complete collection. Acorn Media, British television, British comedy. And it's brand new and sealed, so I can get like 50 for that. Primer. This is like a $20, $25 DVD. I have it on Blu-ray, so I'm covered. Enemy Mine, same thing. I have that. That goes for like 15. Without a Trace, complete second season, about 15 or 20. Brand new and sealed. Couple really cool ones, guys. 4K. My brother actually found these, and I'm going to do some trading with him. That is Kevin Costner in Robin Hood. This is a 4K, and it's supposed to be the premiere edition here. I think this is, yeah, it has both the extended and the theatrical cut. Kevin Reynolds directed, Kevin Costner. Really good movie. Haven't seen it in many years. Huh?
Rice on the stove.
Is it ready?
Looks like it.
All right, take it off and just let it sit. Thank you. And this one he found at the Goodwill for $2. Can you believe that? This is a 4K of the Final Countdown. This is a $30 one, so I want to compensate him fairly. It also has the Blu-ray and a lenticular cover there. The Final Countdown's a really fun 1980 flick with Martin Sheen, Kirk Douglas, James Ferrantino, Ron O'Neal, Charles Durning, Catherine Ross, a great cast that follows a sort of what-if scenario. This aircraft carrier gets sucked into this vortex back to World War II right before Pearl Harbor, and I think it's a really cool exercise in alternative history. Really cool to have this premiere edition. I'll never need a better edition than this. Take a look at that. Awesome. Comes with everything you'll ever need, and it comes with a CD of the music. That's so cool. Full color little booklet here, reversible artwork. Arrow or Blue Underground did some great work there, so happy to add that to the collection thanks to my brother's hunting. Bag number 2, done. We have a Thundercats. I just bought the complete collection. I'll be able to move this for about the same price. This is Volume 1, Season 1 DVD there. The Final Countdown sounds interesting. Yeah, it's a really cool flick. You should definitely check it out. 80s science fiction that gets forgotten. We have the BBC miniseries here, The Musketeers, based on the Three Musketeers, of course. And don't really know the cast, but I like, Dumas' story. And this is a nice, 8-hour edition of the story, so it probably gets a lot of the detail of the novel. Jonah says, do you have any romance movies or comedy movies? Yes, tons of comedy, not as much romance. Some rom-coms I enjoy, but I'm not big on the romance genre. I like a good romance in other genre films. Byron says, oh, darn, I have to go to work, but I'll watch afterwards. Hi to your bro. You guys look so similar. Much love to you, Mike. Thank you so much, Byron. I really appreciate you tuning in, as usual. Catching on the rebound. We're about halfway done, maybe. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Last time I checked, this was going for a little bit, so I picked it up for $1. The Wedding Singer? Yes, I do have The Wedding Singer. I've never seen it. It's the only 90s Adam Sandler film I haven't seen. I'm savoring it. This used to go for a lot more, but I'm happy to add it to the animation collection. I'm a big fan of this kind of obscure 90s animation feature-length films. This is from 93, directed by Bruce Smith. This is sort of a all-black, almost like Rugrats, kind of, young kids. John Witherspoon, Marquise Houston. Really good cast here, and a movie that I always wanted to see, Bebe's Kids. Really happy to have that in the collection. It used to go for quite a bit. Jekyll, this does fetch like $20-30, brand new and sealed. I do have it. It's a great Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde BBC miniseries that I have seen. It's really, really well done. James Nesbitt is transformative in that role. Wedding Singer is a great Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore movie. Yes, I do want to check that out. This one goes for 15 or 20. Dead Man's Walk and Streets of Laredo, the 2-pack of Larry McMurtry's, adaptations. Goldie Hawn and Crisscross, a little drama. I don't know much about it, but we'll give it a shot. These two I found for $6 a piece, so a little higher than usual, and I thought they went for more than 12 or 15, but they don't. But I'm going to sell these off to get the Voltron complete collection. These tins are really neat, though. So, really good haul so far, right, guys? We did pretty good the last week. Make a ton of money, keep some cool stuff. Got a William Gibson novel here that I thought was cool. I'd never seen this one before. The godfather of cyberpunk novels. History of the Arab Peoples book. I have this in paperback, but I thought a nice hardback would be nice. Alright, moving up to the next stack. We got a $20 VHS. This never made it to America on DVD. There's some UK DVDs, but I think they're in full screen, so I will settle for this David Heavener, Tony Curtis actioner from the 90s here, 91. Straight to video, prime target. This is, I collect VHS only when they don't make it to DVD or Blu-ray. Evil Within, I got this for $2. Sell it at the shop, I'll make a few bucks. Evil Within 2 for the Xbox. Princes of Malibu, complete series. This goes for 15 or 20 as well. Got it for $1. Do you have Lord of the Rings movies and Harry Potter? Of course, yes, of course. And other trilogies. Yes, I have a lot of trilogies. Check out some of my past live streams where I go over my Blu-ray collection and I talk about each movie in my collection, and I have about 5,000 Blu-rays. So, very long series of videos I did, live streams. E.T. VHS, no-brainer for the shop. That'll sell. Here we have Redeemer with Matthew Modine, a little prison movie here with Matthew Modine, full-screen version. Never heard of this one. Seems like a TV movie of some kind. George C. Scott in Jane Eyre. I picked this up because of George C. Scott. It's that simple. I'm a big fan of his work. He's the best. Yellowstone Season 1. I think I'll move this. I am also kind of interested in this show because I am a fan of Kevin Costner and this sort of storytelling, but we'll see. Have you seen Evil Ed? I have seen Evil Ed. I thought it was all right the first time I watched it. It definitely had a chaotic energy that I appreciated and really cool lighting. Very good, cool, low-budget movie, but it's been a long time. I can't quite recommend it. I think it's worth watching at least once. Never seen Yellowstone. Yeah, me neither, but Taylor Sheridan writes some good stuff. Layer Cake is out of print now, fetches about $15. Raging Bull, bring that one to the shop. Lil Bush, Uncensored, Season 1. This was a funny show back in the day, satirical, political kind of cartoon on Comedy Central back when they used to make fun of everyone. Population 436 with Jeremy Sisto and Fred Durst. What a cast, right? Michelle McLaren directed. I don't know anything about this. Rocky? Oh yeah, of course. I have the Rocky movies, all of them except for Creed 3. Which is a great movie too. The Kid Chamaco. This is a little boxing movie I never heard of that had good reviews. We'll give it a shot. Jurassic Park, VHS. Speaks for itself. Here we have Tomorrow's Children. Forced sterilization programs run amok. 1934. I don't know much about this at all. But I was intrigued by the cover there. The Glass Slipper Still Fits. This is actually, I bought this for my brother so he can move it and get a little bit. Out of the Ashes, Christina Lati delivers a brave performance. 2003 Emmy Award winner. This seems to be a TV movie or miniseries maybe. World War II, sort of concentration camp kind of thing. So, there you go. Out of the Ashes. Colditz, another concentration camp World War II movie. Colditz with a young, looks like Tom Hardy, Damian Lewis, Jason Priestley is in this, James Fox, so really good cast. 2-part miniseries, very cool. Alright, moving on, we have Justice League Action. Season 1, Part 2. Don't know much about that. Dead Silence, bringing that to the shop. That's a good little James Wan movie that everybody has forgotten about. Legionnaire and Replicant, Sealed, Jean-Claude Van Damme double feature. I'm running out of room here. Here we have Shaolin Chastity Kung Fu. I don't think I have this one in the collection. One of these really cheap sort of Hong Kong action movies. Here we have American Horror Story 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seasons worth. I got these for two a pop. To sell. Yellowstone Season 1, I guess I picked up 2 of these. Last Man Standing, 2. These were 2 a pop. I'm going to sell these as a collection. That's a Tim Allen little comedy here. Anzio, this is a World War II film that takes place during the Italian campaign here. Very cool. I don't know much about this. It's got Robert Mitchum there, Peter Falk, Mark Damon, Thomas Hunter, Anthony Steele, good cast, Giancarlo Giannini, 1968. He must have been super young. Well, maybe not. Birds of Prey, I picked this one up for my collection. I'll give this one another shot before I remove it from my collection. The Chosen Season 2, I picked up Season 1 on Blu-ray recently. This is a show that I do want to see, based on the life of Jesus, and sort of follows him and the disciples, and etc. I hear it's pretty good. The Big Bang Theory, not a big fan of The Big Bang Theory, admittedly. It's not really my type of show. I'm not big into sitcoms. I hate laugh tracks. For many reasons. Blood Trail, Adrian Pastar DVD, like horror western from the early 2000s. So that's kind of cool. Friends, nah, I'm not a big Friends fan either. Again, I don't like sitcoms, I don't like laugh tracks, so I usually skip those. Here we have Masters of the Air, a complete miniseries here from Apple TV. Never heard of this one, but it came out last year, so Cary Joji Fukunaga directed that. He did the first season of True Detective, which I really liked. Taylor Sheridan's 1883 Season 1. These are all connected to Yellowstone and all that. Life in the Undergrowth, a great David Attenborough BBC documentary about the lives of small critters, millipedes, ants, all sorts of moths, and all sorts of insects. I'm very much so into entomology, and this is a great documentary Actually, the book of this got me into entomology pretty heavy. Another American Horror Story, so that's 7 American Horror Story seasons. I know I can get my money back. I spent 14 on them all, but I can get my money back easily. Yeah, at some point, I don't know. I'm just not so much into sitcoms. There's no end to the stories. You know, I get that they're contained stories. I don't know. I don't watch them much. Goldfinger, brand new and sealed. That'll be for the store. We got some vinyl. This one I bought for my brother so he could get some flippage going on. This one my brother got, Shel Silverstein, the guy that wrote all the great children's novels like A Giving Tree and Where the Sidewalk Ends. This one I picked up to move. Bat Outta Hell, Meatloaf, very popular record, one of the most popular of the 70s. A good record, very good record. The King's Speech for $2. I picked that up to add it to the collection. This is a movie that won a bunch of awards, and I do want to see it. Hear good things. Season 3. So now I have season 1, 2, and 3 of The Chosen. So if I ever get into the show, I got pretty much the whole thing. Life in Cold Blood. This is another BBC David Attenborough documentary that follows cold-blooded animals. Lizards, turtles, etc., snakes. I don't think I've seen this one. The Chosen Season 1, Blu-ray. Got this for $2. I mean, you know, not bad, right? $2 a pop. Hey, brother. True Lies. I have seen True Lies. I own it on DVD. Good movie. One that I wish I loved, but I've never really loved. And The Last Bag, folks. This is going to do it. What's up, Gungshi? You missed the vast majority of the pickup. Kind of breezing through a lot of these because there are a lot of them to move, and I don't need to know more about them to sell them, if that makes sense. Paul Mooney in The Life of Émile Zola, the old French writer. Great French writer and activist and social visionary, etc. Émile Zola. This is a pretty cool one from the 30s, 37. Paul Mooney is a great actor from the 30s. He played Scarface. Siegfried and Roy collection. This was going for a little bit, and this is 3 kind of movies or documentaries in one. Siegfried and Roy had that show out in Las Vegas for a long time. Quick video. Yeah, this one's a little quicker. Honestly, it's my day off, and I'm trying to get some enjoyment of my day in. It's my only day off. Benito Mussolini starring Antonio Banderas. This is a mini-series from '93, one I've been wanting to watch for a long time. I'm a big fan of biopics on dictators. It's my favorite kind of biopic. I'm very interested in dictators. I read a lot about dictators, probably more than anything else. Here we have a film called Fear. It's like a prison escape movie. This one's a little beat up, but I'm hoping my resurfacer at work can fix it up a little bit. Yeah, it's light scratches. It's not bad. Anytime I see these, I pick them up if I've never heard of them. These weird platinum releases here. So that is Fear, starring Cliff DeYoung, Kay Lenz, Robert Factor. Frank Stallone is in this, believe it or not. Kind of cool, so there you go. I did not know this video game was made into a movie. Red Faction got a movie adaptation from 2011, apparently. I'm a big fan of the Red Faction game, so we'll give this a shot. Finally found a copy of this movie. I've been looking for this for some time. Leave It to Beaver from the 90s. There was a fad in the 90s of taking these old 50s shows and reinvigorating them for the 90s, like Dennis the Menace, Mr. Magoo, Rocky and Bullwinkle. It goes on and on. The Flintstones. It goes on and on. But Dudley Do Right. Leave It to Beaver is another one of those, and I have fond memories of this. I'm going to give it another shot. It's been a long time. Dumb and Dumberer. I've been wanting to rewatch this. I don't think I have a copy of it, so now I do. Dumb and Dumberer, the sequel, the prequel to Dumb and Dumber. Master of Disguise, another one that I haven't seen in like 20 plus years that I used to think was a fun movie that everybody hates now. Dana Carvey puts on all these sort of disguises, obviously. Very strange movie, but a fun one. Sort of comedy that's not made much anymore. This one I picked up, my brother picked up to sell, a book on the Crusades, kind of cool. Overboard with Kurt Russell. I got this on Blu-ray now, and a rom-com that I do enjoy, which is why I picked it up on Blu-ray. Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn classic. Sunshine State, another John Sayles sort of drama here. Quite the auteur, written, directed, edited by. He always directs and edits his own movies. and writes them. So I figured I'd pick this up. I've never heard of this one. Sunshine State. Death of a Cheerleader, one of these Furmantle Media releases here. I don't know much about this, but it's based on a true story. And it was going for a little bit, so I figured I'd pick it up for the collection. Tori Spelling. Remember her? Abandoned. Brittany Murphy, Dean Cain, Peter Bogdanovich, and Mimi Rogers. Bogdanovich, the director. So this is from 2010. This must have been one of Brittany Murphy's last movies. It's a paranoid thriller in the I guess inspired by Twilight Zone, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Abandoned. Never heard of that one. Horror kind of thing with Brittany Murphy. This one, Gene Deal, bodyguarding a hip-hop star. I could tell this weird public domain book was probably worth something, and it is. It's going for 30 or 40 bucks. This Gene Deal's a big bodyguard in the hip-hop community. I'm going to say ASAP Ferg, Mike Owens, Mike Hogg. Yeah, I thought he did like some bigger names, but anyway. Jerry Lewis as Cinderfella. I like Jerry Lewis's comedies. This is one that I don't have, so I'm happy to have this one in the collection from 1960. Jerry Lewis in Cinderfella. Cool Runnings Man. John Candy. How about I draw a line down your head, make it look like a butt? This is a great bobsled, Jamaican bobsled movie from Disney from back in the 90s. John Turteltaub actually directed this, the guy that would later do National Treasure for Disney. And he's not doing much now. I think the last film he did for Disney was Sorcerer's Apprentice, so. But this is a great movie. I already have it on Blu-ray, of course. This one's cool. Overnight Delivery. I never heard of this. It's out of print. Reese Witherspoon and Paul Rudd. So, a pretty cool one there. Going to be moving that. Paradise Road, Glenn Close, Frances McDormand, Juliana Margulies. This is a World War II film that I had never heard of, so give it a shot. Paradise Road. And we got a few more here. I picked up these 3 Rugrats. Rugrats in Paris, Rugrats movies, and a few of the Rugrats. This is brand new and sealed episodes here. I know I have the full season 1, but I don't have a lot of the others, so I figured I'd pick this up. Got all 3 of those, buck a pop, so. And last but not least, we have a couple more. We have Schindler's List on VHS. We have The 3 Faces of Eve. Don't know much about this one at all. 3 Faces of a deeply troubled Southern housewife suffering from headaches, emotional. Is it like a schizophrenia or multiple personality kind of movie? I'm not exactly sure, but it looks kind of interesting, and it's by 20th Century Fox. Last but certainly not least, because this one fetches 25 or 30 bucks, that is Mannheim Steamroller Live on Blu-ray. So that's a pretty cool one, and that'll fetch me 25 bucks or so. So I think I spent like 150 bucks on all of this stuff, guys. But I'm going to make my money back probably threefold, at least $500 profit, once I get all this stuff on frickin' eBay. Whew, and that's going to do it, folks. Oh, sorry I ripped through that pretty fast. How's everybody doing? Oh, I'm tired. Sorry, guys. Huh? Mm-hmm. We got a stray cat outside that wants to be part of the family, and we can't afford it right now, so we're kind of feeding him, petting him. He's very sweet, and we already have a cat named Stick, and we've named this cat Stone, so we got Stick and Stone, and we want to take him in, but we can't quite do it right now because of money. So it sucks. But he's been surviving out in the cold for a long time, so hopefully he'll survive a little bit longer, and one of these days we'll have enough money to take him in. But that's life, you know. But how's everybody doing? Anybody see any good movies lately? We could chat for a little while if you guys are up to it. I watched an incredible episode of Tales from the Crypt last night. One of the best episodes I've ever seen. I forget what was it? Oh, My Brother's Keeper it was called. So My Brother's Keeper, I'm a sucker for a good brother story. Because I have a brother. And this one was about Siamese twins. And I recognize the actors, but I can't say what their names were. But they were perfect in the role as Siamese twins. And, of course, like all Tales from the Crypt episodes, it ends pretty badly for one of the Siamese twins. And you know who's getting it the whole time. And one of them finds love, and the other tries to sabotage them. And it's a great, great 20-minute story. I mean, Tales from the Crypt was one of the best 20-minute stories, some of the best 20-minute stories I've ever seen in cinema. And Tales from the Crypt, you can't go wrong with. So I've been watching a few of these. I watched 2 last night. I watched one about, it's kind of cool. It was this guy that goes into a haunted house, this like shit-eating grin sort of newscaster, and he gets more than he bargained for with this haunted house. And very cool, straight-up allegory. I love these. I love this show. Every time I watch it, it blows me away with how well-written, well-scripted it was. Really, really great. So, all right, my next step here, I'm going to go through all these and figure out which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm selling. Separate the stuff, you know, put the stuff I'm keeping in the collection. Honestly, there's not much I'm keeping from this lot. Only a few. And based on what I said about them, I think you could probably tell which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm not. Things like this, I wasn't a huge fan of this the first time, the Birds of Prey movie. I just thought it was flashy with no substance. A lot of these movies are like that. But I do like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I've recently watched the proto-blaxploitation movie Cotton Comes to Harlem. It was really good. Yeah, Cotton Comes to Harlem I have on DVD. I think it got a sequel, and I haven't seen either of them. So very cool that you watched that. I'm glad you got around to it. Was it Jim Brown? Fred Williamson? If I'm not mistaken. What's up, Jolly Good? How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. I am at the end of the live stream here. Feel free to catch it on the rebound. I was just kind of chatting about some of the stuff that I've been watching. I've been playing a lot of video games recently. It's been a kind of a video game heavy week. And so I've been doing a lot of that. I've got this really cool game that I'm going to probably start today. Picked this up yesterday from the game shop. That is Bat Boy. It kind of looks like Shovel Knight. My kind of 2D, 8-bit style platformer. This one's brand new and sealed. I'm really happy to have this and try that one out. It's okay, I missed a lot anyway. Yeah, it's all good. You can catch it on the rebound. We kind of breezed through about 100 movies I'm selling here. Some vinyl, VHS, a lot of DVDs this time around, so. Alright, well, that's going to do it, folks. I've also been getting into X-Files again, starting from the beginning and kind of making my way through that. I have the first few seasons, so. Was Godfrey Cambridge, was he, okay. Maybe one of the others was in the sequel. Godfrey Cambridge. Don't know that name. I guess he was in Cotton Comes to Harlem. Alright, folks, well, I thank all of you. I'm done playing with my hair, sorry, I'm kind of getting the knots out with the little bit of hair that I have left. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like this and live streams like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell for notifications. I really appreciate all you guys coming out week by week. And I want to do more with the channel, but it's really hard right now. I'm working a lot. I'm working 50-plus hours a week. I also do eBay on top of that. I also, you know, try to have a life outside of all that as well. It's difficult, but got to maintain, man. Got to keep moving. So I want to thank you all for checking out this live stream. I will see you all next week. Bored Cyborg is out. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Jolly Good. Thank you, all you people. You are the best. You guys take it easy. I'll see you next time. Bored Cyborg out. Oh, wait. I got to show you guys one more thing. One more thing. All right. Hold on. All right. So check this out, guys. This I picked up for $9. Look at that. $9. This was a movie from '84 I have never even heard of. And it's called Chain Gang. Look at how cool this poster is, guys. I'm keeping this. I can't even find a price for it. It's an original poster from '84, a film that I had never heard of, but I just love the '80s artwork here. Isn't it fantastic? Original poster. Look at that. $9. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't leave this behind, so. And there's a little tiny kitty. All right. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it. I will see you all next time. Bored Cyborg is out. Peace.